All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Jason Ports with JGP Insurance Group, and we are filming a episode of How in the World Did I Get Here? And today my guest is Mark Berth. Mark has been a longtime BNI member. He's been in BNI for over 25 years, and most of those years, Mark, been spent in BNI St. Clair County, right?
All of them.
All 25 years in BNI St. Clair County. That's pretty impressive. Mark's here, and Mark, why don't you tell us a little bit about your business and what category you represent in BNI, and tell us what you do.
I'm technically semi-retired.
Yeah.
So for the past 7 years, my wife and I have been offering identity theft protection services through a company called ID Seal. Before that, I was just in marketing and promotion coach.
In BNI. Now you've had a long history in public service too. Tell us a little bit what you did before you retired.
In conjunction with everything else I've done, I was a volunteer firefighter for 30 years, a career medic with a local ambulance company for 20 years, and I've served on various committees. Most recently, I'd chair our church's safety council team.
Yeah.
It's a thing in churches now. They got to have a safety team.
So retired 30 years out of public service, of course, and went into the marketing piece a little bit. Tell us a little bit about the services that your new company or ID Seal provides and what you can do for your clients through ID Seal.
ID Seal, as I mentioned, is a 30 year. ID Seal is an identity theft protection service which monitors and alerts and offers restoration should your identity be compromised, or and a lot of people don't realize this, but your identity is far more than just your driver's license number, your social security number, and your address. There's a whole plethora of services that we offer through ID Seal. And that's just one of the services that are offered through our parent company called ACN.
ACN, right. Now, tell me, what's the most violated avenue that you see people get people's background information? And that is it from cell phone use or computer use or children's documents, or what do we see most often? What should we be most concerned with to protect?
This may not be the answer you're looking for, but everything. And when I say everything, in BNI, don't ever say everything. Right. It's common practice. Problem is your information is already out there. Big companies, AT&T, Walmart,
right?
Everybody that already has your information has been breached. In fact, some of our competitors who offer the protection services have been breached. And last email I got with an announcement was that there's a record out there for sale on the dark web that's got 16 billion records with everybody's information, their medical records, their social security number, their ID. So the sad part of it is there's really nothing you can do to protect your identity because it's, in all likelihood, it's already out there. It may not be compromised. Now, there's a difference between breached and compromised. Somebody might look at my record and say, there's nothing there. Where did I get anything out of that guy?
Right. Now, you do personal identity theft protection. Do you offer any services for businesses?
Identity theft, particularly through ID Seal, is available as a benefit to business employees.
Okay.
So that would make a good referral for me, would be the HR director of companies.
So HR directors are great and good referrals as well. Now, I know you also own a company or part in ACN as well. ACN does some other things. I know we've talked a little bit about the health sharing that you guys do through ACN. What are some other products that you do sell, not only necessarily an ID Seal, but some other products that you're involved in with the Impact Health Share and some other stuff?
The four that I primarily concentrate on with my clients, because you can't be an expert. There's 13 they offer, but I can't be an expert at all. So is the ID Seal, the Identity Theft Protection, the Impact Healthcare, as you mentioned, Vivint Home Security and Automation.
Okay.
And then they just introduced a new one. It's called Community Solar. And it's a way for people to tap into solar power without having to have the expense or even the equipment of solar, because you're sharing or you're partnering with solar farms out there. It's actually a pretty cool thing.
So a lot of things that we can contact Mark on to potentially, obviously health insurance is a tough topic for a lot of people. Solar power has become a really hot topic, right?
Yeah.
And something where people are trying to save a lot of money. And obviously the ID seal protection is something that you've been an expert in for a long time. And I know that you've had good success with your security services as well, right? So let's shift gears a little bit here. Let's get into BNI. You're a 25-year BNI person, right? Me and you both are BNI guys. I would consider us. We believe in the system. We would say that BNI works for us from a referral perspective. 25 years in BNI St. Clair County, that certainly makes you our senior member in the chapter. Tell me a little bit about what BNI and what Victor and Virginia and the chapters that they've built in our region. Tell me a little bit about what BNI has meant to you and how it's helped you grow your business.
First and foremost, it's been 25 plus years, so it works.
Right.
I think that's evidence in and of itself. For me personally, although I've been a salesman for 40 some odd years, I've never really fit the traditional mold of cold calling or prospecting or anything like that. And I was introduced to BNI and I says, what, the referrals come to me? I don't have to go get them?
Yeah.
How cool is that? And that's no exaggeration. A good 85% of my new clients throughout the 25-year career in BNI have been from BNI referrals.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be here talking to you today if it weren't for BNI.
Yeah. And I think in general, there's not a salesperson out there that enjoys the cold calling side of it. I know they have to do it. That's a piece to sales. But when you can go out and have a team like our chapter of 30 to 35 referral partners that are sharing your name with anybody that hears the buzzwords that they need to hear in order to share your product, that becomes very powerful. And I think your businesses have obviously succeeded with it over the course of all this time. As we start to wrap up a little bit here, you and Patty, you've been married how many years?
We have been married together to the same each other for 45 years this September.
Wow, that's great.
Yep.
And how does Patty involved in your business now? Is she involved in ID Seal?
Yep, she's a partner with me. So we're partners in everything we do, except she does a lot of crafts. And I'm not going to need a point very soon. Other than that, we're partners in everything.
And she's in a BNI chapter as well, right?
Yeah, she's in BNI Belleville.
BNI Belleville. And she represents ID Seal
That's correct.
In that chapter also. A little bit about what Mark Berth likes to do. What are some things that you enjoy, and what are some things that have kind of led you to this point in your life?
In my semi-retirement, my most favorite thing to do now is nap.
Nap, yeah.
When I was younger, Patty and I met at a square dance. We've rode motorcycles up until just recently. I should say we rode motorcycle.
Yeah.
She rode with me. Church and or family items.
Now your son, Abram, right? He's in business as well. What's Abram do?
He's an IT professional.
Yeah. And give me an idea of some of the things that we could hire Abram to do for us.
Just to manage your IT, your computer system.
Computer systems.
If you don't want to go so far as to have him manage him, then he'll come in and just solve problems as they occur.
Yeah. And very useful. We use him here at JGP Insurance Group on a number of occasions, and we're fortunate to be able to have him help out our business as well. Mark, anything else that you'd like to share for our listeners that are out there and people that are coming to BNI?
Well, that's wide open. That's big. There's so many directions with that. The only thing I might suggest in the context of BNI is if you ever get a chance to be invited to a BNI meeting, first off, consider this an invite, but just go check us out. Check out BNI. There's BNIMidAmerica.com and just go for it.
Yeah, we'll have Mark as our BNI presenter this Thursday. We meet on Thursdays at 11:30 at the American Legion Hall on Penn Street in O'Fallon. We're up to about 35, anywhere between 33 and 35 members in BNI St. Clair County. We're a large, growing chapter, and we'd love to see you come in, particularly this Thursday at 11:30 to listen to Mark Berth be our featured speaker. We'd love to have you there. Mark, thanks for coming in today, and I'm always proud to call you a friend.
Are we friends?
We are.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Mark, for being here.